Want to buy a home, but interest rates have you hesitating? Here's what you need to know before you make any decisions. Hi, I'm Paula Flagg with Paula Flagg Homes. Today, I'd like to talk with you about how market conditions and the decisions you make can impact your bottom line. First, I'd like to point out that no market is ever perfect. I've been an agent for 11 years, and every client I've worked with has always envied something about the past and hoped for something better in the future. These days, I see stars in buyers' eyes and they reminisce about the rates of 2020 and 2021. And for the last 2 years, being certain that prices were going to fall to no avail. And during the pandemic, buyers hated the competition, paying over appraised values and waiving contingencies like the home inspection, wishing they could just have a normal buying experience. My point is, no matter where you're buying a home or when, you can point to another moment in time when the conditions were different and make a case that it was better. We often ignore the negatives that are accompanied by those positive aspects at the time, though. And the second point I'd like to make is every buyer I've ever worked with has been concerned about affordability, market fluctuations, or justifying the value of the home, and also managing expectations and desires for their new home with their budget. We are all always trying to maximize how much we can get for our money. So it's easy to look back now at people who purchased houses previously and say, man, they're lucky. They had it so good. But they had no idea how the market would go when they purchased. They were just as unsure as you may feel right now. So I get it more than you may realize. And I want you to know you're not alone. Everyone has concerns when they decide to buy a home. I don't have a crystal ball and I don't see into the future. I do, however, love data and statistics. And I find that when I have solid data, then I'm more comfortable making decisions. So hopefully seeing the examples I'm going to share today will be helpful for you. And if you would like me to provide some different examples for your specific situation, let me know. I'd be happy to provide them. So let's take a look at this example. On the left is a home that's currently listed for sale for $600,000. If you purchase that home now with 5% down at an interest rate of 7.25%, your monthly mortgage payment would be $4,850. Now, you may think that's high and decide, I'm just going to wait until rates come down. And honestly, this seems like a genius plan. However, you're not alone. A lot of other people have made this conclusion and are waiting for the same thing. So as the rates drop, more buyers are going to decide to come back into the market. And that's going to increase competition again. And what does that do? It drives prices up. So on the right side, the interest rate has now fallen to 6.25. However, the competition has caused the price to increase. And now you're borrowing more money. And even though it's at a lower interest rate, your payment still ends up being about $300 more per month. Now, let me show you another scenario. Let's say you decide to buy that $600,000 house today and pay the 7.25% interest rate. Even though the payment is a little higher now than what it was before, you can still afford it. You've now locked in the price of the house forever. Now let's look at the scenario where the interest rate has fallen to 6.25% again. Now, instead of competing with other buyers on a house that's going up in value, you just have to refinance your current loan. And for simplicity's sake, I didn't take into account principal paydown or appreciation in this scenario, which would actually make your loan terms even better. But by refinancing, your new monthly mortgage payment would now be about $400 a month less than your original payment. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. That's over $700 less than your payment in the first scenario if you had waited to purchase and the price of the home goes up. Now, in 2009, I bought a 2-bedroom condo in Alexandria that cost 3 times the price of the single family home I sold in Kentucky. My mortgage payment and condo fees were $22.50 a month. I could have rented a condo in the community at the same time for $1,600 a month. Oh, and we were in the middle of a nasty recession, and I was a single mother of an 8-month-old baby at the time. Now, I had no idea what was going to happen in the market. I just knew I wanted to own my own place to stabilize my expenses and build wealth over time. 3 years later, I refinanced and lowered my monthly payment by $300, which made it $19.50 a month. Today, I rent the condo for $2,400 a month, and I have over $200,000 in equity. Now, I know the market has shifted quickly over the last 2 years. It'll shift again. There will always be uncertainty, and there will always be opportunities. So if you have questions about this or any other real estate topic, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you find your opportunity. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. I hope it was helpful. And as always, thank you for choosing Paula Flagg Homes for all of your real estate needs.